So here, Kardama Muni is further offering his prayers to Lord Kapila. He is saying, Tvam surabhis tattva bubhutsya adha. He is very nicely explaining what should a transcendentalist aspire for. Should a transcendentalist aspire to just read Vedanta? Should he aspire to undergo a lot of tapasya, hardships, and then he will attain perfection in his life? What should he aspire? What should he look forward for? That is being explained by Kardama Muni. Surabhis means great sages. Tattva bubhutsya, those who are searching after truth. Adha, certainly means final. This is what they should be doing. What they should do? Sada abhivad arhana padapitham. They should just surrender unto your lotus feet, which are worthy of worshipping. Sada abhivad arhana, which are worshipful. Padapitham. Why they should do so? Because these lotus feet are not ordinary. They are the lotus feet of Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is complete in Aishwarya, opulence, Vairagya, renunciation, Yasho, in fame, transcendental fame, Avabodha, transcendental knowledge, Virya, complete strength, Shriya, beauty, and all of them are present in the Supreme Lord, Puratam, completely. And that is the reason, Aham Prapadhe, I am offering my obeisances. I surrender myself unto your lotus feet. So in the purport, Prabhupada is explaining this very nicely. Those who are searching after the absolute truth must take shelter of the lotus feet of Supreme Lord and worship Him. This is the injunction. This is the conclusion given by Kardama Muni. That factually, what will be beneficial is not so many different kinds of path, different kinds of processes one may take. What will be factually beneficial will be, one must surrender unto the lotus feet of the Lord. So this is the advice he is giving to anyone who is searching after the absolute truth. Because Jnanis are also searching, Tapasvis are also searching, isn't it? So to all of them this is the advice, that better you surrender unto the lotus feet of the Lord, then it will be your perfection. Because He is the Supreme Lord, He is full of all transcendental opulences, isn't it? So Prabhupada is explaining, actually this is the essence of Bhagavad Gita also. In Bhagavad Gita, even though the Lord talks about karma, jnana, yoga, everything, But factually, if you see, what is the advice of the Lord? Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. Then in the 9th chapter, the most confidential knowledge Krishna is saying, Manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Do this, surrender unto me, remember me, take my shelter. And if you do so, then you will not come back to this material world. You will be able to come out of this material entanglement. So this is what the Lord is saying even in Bhagavad Gita. So, in one place, Prabhupada explains very nicely about that actually why one must take shelter of the Supreme Lord. Actually, if you see, in Bhagavatam, it is explained very nicely. There are 10 subject matters which are discussed in Bhagavatam. The 9 subject matter, they are called Ashrita Tattva. They are all dependent. They are under the shelter. And the Supreme Lord, the absolute truth, He is called Ashraya Tattva. He is the one under whom one should take shelter. So everything else is actually dependent on the Supreme Lord and must take shelter of His lotus feet. That is what it says. And that is how Srimad Bhagavatam, it is explained by the great Acharyas. The first 2 cantos of Bhagavatam are like the 2 lotus feet of the Lord. So first one must take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. Then further he can advance. Rather than directly seeing the face of the Lord, first one must surrender unto the lotus feet of the Lord. So Prabhupada explains that in the material world, we have left the shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. Leaving the shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, the living entities are suffering, being entangled by illusory energy of the Lord. They are captivated by the illusory energy of the Lord. So the Lord very mercifully sends His pure devotees. Sometimes the Lord personally comes so that He can canvass these living entities who have forgotten Him, who have forsaken His shelter, the shelter of His lotus feet. So, Chaitanya Charitamrita describes how fortunate that living entity is. Any living entity who comes in touch with a pure devotee of the Lord, he is very, very fortunate. ब्रह्मांडे भ्रमिते कोनो भाग्यवान जीव गुरु कृष्णा प्रसादे पाए भक्ति लता भी. That living entity, somehow or other, if he comes in touch with the pure devotee of the Lord, he is very fortunate. Then, by the mercy of pure devotee and the Supreme Lord, some taste in Krishna consciousness, some faith in Krishna consciousness is established in his heart. Bhakti Lata Bij, in the heart it is established. So there Prabhupada very nicely describes, then the gardener living entity or the gardener devotee, what he should do. So just like a gardener, regularly he should water, he should nourish that seed. Then slowly that seed will sprout, it will grow, and it will start growing further and further and further. So similarly, the living entity should keep Shravanam and Kirtanam very prominent in his spiritual life. That is the nourishing, the water, which is very, very important for Bhakti Lata. So Bhakti Lata Bija is installed in our heart, and then now it is our duty with Shravanam and Kirtanam, this Lata, it should keep growing. And then Prabhupada explains very nicely that just like a creeper in the material world, it requires a shelter. The creeper is not independent, it cannot grow until and unless it takes a shelter. Similarly, with Shravanam and Kirtanam, our creeper will grow so much so that it will penetrate the material universe, it will reach spiritual world, and there in the spiritual world, it will enter into Goloka Vrindavan. There, it can take shelter of lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. Otherwise, there is no shelter. In the material world, there is Bhakti Lata. Even if it grows up to heavenly kingdom, up to the end of the material universe, nothing is going to happen. It has to penetrate this material world. It has to reach the spiritual world. It has to take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. Then, firmly we become established in devotional service. Then what will happen? Then it will start bearing the fruits of bhava and prema, ecstatic emotions and love of Godhead. Then the living entity can enjoy eternal relationship with the Supreme Lord in varieties of relationship like Sakhya, Dasya, whatever. You see? So this is how, even if we have to advance, the Bhakti Lata has to take shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord. On the other hand, Bhagavatam also explains the condition of those sages, the condition of those transcendentalists who neglect the lotus feet of the Lord. Let us say, for example, they also rise very high. Now our Bhakti Lata in devotional service with Shravanam and Kirtanam, it is rising high. It goes gradually from heavenly planets, penetrate the material universe, goes to the spiritual world. So, alternatively, they utilize different method of tapasya and jnana and dhyana, and they also become very elevated in spiritual life. But Bhagavatam explains, their elevation is temporary. If they also do not take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, they will fall down from that high position. And clearly it says, why they fall down? Because they neglect to take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. You see? So there is a very nice verse in Bhagavatam in the 10th canto where it explains, Ye anye, those people who do not take to devotional service, they take to all other different kinds of methods. What do? Arvindaksha, the Supreme Lord who has lotus eyes. Vimuktamaninaha, who are these personalities? They take to different kinds of method and they think in their mind they have become liberated. Vimuktamaninaha. And what do? Tvai ashtabhavat. They neglect devotional service. Anye, they take to other processes. The ashtabhava, the devotional service, they do not take. Why? Avishuddha buddhayaha. Their consciousness is not purified. They are still contaminated in their consciousness. Their buddhi is avishuddha. It is not shuddha. It has not become purified. Then what happens? Aruhya krichrena parampadam. By the dint of their austerities, by the dint of their tapasyas, Aruhya means they go high. Up to where? Parampadam. Transcendentally. They have also crossed over this material universe. They also become situated in transcendence. Parampadam. In Brahmajyoti they become situated. But what happens? Patanti adho. But eventually they fall down. Patanti adho. Why? Anadrita yushmadangrayaha. Because they do not worship. Anadara. Adara means worship. Anadara means one who does not bother about. One who neglects. Because they have neglected your lotus feet, they fall down into this material existence once again. So you can see the position of devotees who take to devotional services. Their devotion penetrates this material world and it takes shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord. Whereas on the other hand, all these other great transcendentalists, great sages, they take to some other method. They give up devotional service and they also rise very high. They reach up to the platform of Brahmajyoti. But because they neglect the lotus feet of the Lord, factually they fall down from that high position back to this material world. So how important it is. That is what Kardama Muni is advising to all the sages. See, Kardama Muni is a great mystic yogi. But see, what is he advising? He is not advising that you become a great mystic yogi. He is advising anyone who is seeking transcendence. He should simply take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. Because the Supreme Lord is completely full in all six opulences. One should take shelter of his lotus feet. So Bhagavatam explains that actually these lotus feet of the Lord are not ordinary. Because one may wonder, okay, if I have taken shelter of so many things in this material world. I took shelter of my parents, I took shelter of some kind of religion, took shelter of some strong demigods, some politicians, and all of them have failed me. So would not the lotus feet of the Lord also fail me if I take shelter of them? So Bhagavatam assures, no, they are not ordinary feet. Under his feet, this whole material existence is situated. This whole material existence has taken shelter under his lotus feet. They are called Mahat Padam. They are not ordinary. So, it says, Samashrita. Take complete shelter. Samyak Ashrita. Samashrita. Under whom? Pada Pallava. Lotus feet of the Lord. What are they compared to? Plavam. They are compared to transcendental boat. Plavam. And what are these lotus feet? Mahat Padam. They are not ordinary. They are Mahat Padam. Punya Yasho Murare. Existence. They belong to Param Padam. To the spiritual world. Padam Padam Yad Vipadam Natesham. This material world where at every step there is danger, they do not bother about this material world. They do not care about this material world. They take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. So that is also explained in Srimad Bhagavatam, that these lotus feet of the Lord, they are not ordinary. Bhagavatam also explains that actually devotional service by taking shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, it is such a wonderful process that for that one does not require any pre-qualification. One does not require that he has to be some kind of a great scholar. he must be a kind of who can read Vedanta, or he can practice some severe austerities. These kinds of qualifications are not required. In fact, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that anyone Mam hi partha vyapashritya ye pisyu papayonayah, even one be of low birth, even one be of papayoni, does not matter. If they just take shelter of me, they api yanti paramgatim, even they can get paramgatim. Whereas all of them, by taking to any other processes, they cannot get. Women cannot read and understand. These Shudras, Vaishyas, they cannot read Vedanta and understand. They cannot perform severe austerities. But if they take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, even they get completely purified. That is what the Lord says. And Krishna is assuring, in Bhagavatam it is said, anyone who neglects his duties, actually no one can neglect his material duties. Everyone has to fulfill his material duties because we are obligated in this material world. Anyone remembers that shloka? We are obligated. We are obligated to devatas. We are obligated to rishis. We are obligated to our parents. And if we don't satisfy, if we don't pay that rina, then we have to come back in this material world again to pay back that rina. But if someone neglects all of them and takes shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, he is no more obligated to anything in this material world, provided he takes shelter of lotus feet of Mukunda, one who can award liberation. Anyone remembers that shloka? Deva Rishi Bhutapta Nirnam Pitranam Nayam Kinkaro Nayam Rinicha Rajan. Right? So very clearly it says, anyone who takes shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord, actually he does not become obligated to anything in this material world. And Prabhupada explains how one practically can take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. How can one take? So Prabhupada explains one can take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord by taking shelter of pure devotees' lotus feet. By taking his shelter, who is called Prabhupada, who is the representative of the lotus feet of the Lord, who has taken shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. Vishnupada, we say. Jayam Vishnupad, we say, right? Prabhupada. So, his lotus feet, if we take shelter of his lotus feet, then yes, we will get the shelter of the Supreme Lord. Otherwise it is not possible. That is what we pray right in the morning. Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado. If we can get the mercy of the spiritual master, then we can get the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Otherwise, there is no other way. In Bhagavatam, Suniti very beautifully explains to Dhruva that if he wants his desire to be fulfilled, no one else. She says, I may be your mother. I may have a heart to cry for you. But better you take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. His lotus feet you take shelter. He is like millions of mothers. His heart is like millions of mothers. I feel so much pain for you. Imagine how much pain he feels for you, who is equivalent to millions of mothers. You see, Prabhupada very nicely explains. I'll just read that. It's very beautiful. In the purport, Prabhupada says this. This is a shloka. My dear boy, you also should take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is very kind to his devotees. Persons seeking liberation from the cycle of birth and death always take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord in devotional service. Becoming purified by executing your allotted occupation, just situate the Supreme Personality of Godhead in your heart and without deviating for a moment, engage always in His service. This is the instruction Suniti gave. So, Prabhupada in purport is saying very nicely, Queen Suniti advised her son that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is known as Bhritya Vatsala, which indicate He is very kind to His devotees. She said, you came to me crying, having been insulted by your stepmother, but I am unable to do any good for you. But Krishna is so kind to his devotee that if you go to him, then the combined kindness of millions of mothers like me will be surpassed by his affection and tender dealings. When everyone else fails to mitigate one's misery, Krishna is able to help the devotee. You see? Such a nice instruction Suniti gave to son Dhruva. Isn't it? So that is the same thing which Kardama Muni is also advising to all the transcendentalists. He is saying, what is he saying? Surabhis Tattva Bhuvutsaya. Certainly all those great sages who are searching for truth, Sadabhivadar Hanapada Pitham, they should simply take shelter and worship the lotus feet of the Lord, because He is supremely opulent, filled with all six opulences. So we'll stop with this. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.